YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com, here with another edition of the Madden 23 Coaches Corner. And in this video, I'm going to break down how I beat every single defense in the entire game. Now, this guy I'm playing right here is very, very high-level matchup, and he tries every meta defense on me this game. He tries dollar, the 3-3 cub, nickel over, man, zone, everything. So I'm going to break down how to beat all these different defenses very, very easily, so you guys can win more games. And now, this is a great matchup. It actually came down to the very last play. This is a very good player. He runs a really good tight bunch offense as well. So there's going to be a lot to learn, a lot of high-level content in this video. Now, as I've said recently, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do more gameplay videos, more tips in actual games. So if you guys do enjoy this content, make sure to smash that like button, comment on the video. If you're new to the channel and you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more. But just show the support, and I'll keep doing these types of videos. So, first drive of the game, you guys can see he's coming out in tight every single play, and a lot of times he's audibling the bunch. So, the defense I'm using this game to combat this is going to be base and line dollar. I have two different lineups. I basically have either a zone ability lineup or a man ability lineup. Now, this lineup right here is basically going to be all zone abilities, except for I also have deep route knockout on my safeties. And also the sub linebacker, I don't use her. The reason why I do this is so I can play zone by the outside corners, but then man up my safety and the sub linebacker, I don't use her. So you guys can see here what I'm doing is I'm manning up the tight end in the slot, and then a lot of times the outside receivers as well, and then I roam the middle. Now, what I did there is I shaded my coverage underneath, and he caught me. He caught me with a streak right over the top. So this guy right here, first drive, he's showing me that he's going to be relentless with the pass game. He's using the running back out of the backfield. He's throwing high balls down the seams. He's trying to hit me with corner routes. This is going to be a tough player to defend. I can already tell. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's not going to try to abuse one thing or the other. He has a lot in his toolbox. So we're going to be in for a good battle here. So you guys can see how I adjust a little bit as well. Now, I'm going to be on offense here. I'm setting my audibles. I got, mostly tight end bunch. I'll run some trips and stack too. But, for my tight audibles, I like the all-in trap, PA shot seams, bench, and the Saints spot shake. So I can come out in different places as well, like Saints in, inside zone, whatever. Bunch I like wide curl, trail, verticals, and flood. So he's starting in the 3-3 cub. I'm looking at his abilities. You guys can see here. He does have a lot of different abilities. He has, combination of zone and man abilities. So I feel like he's probably going to play a similar style of defense to me, where he'll play a lot of zone, but then man guys up out of the zone, which is, in my opinion, probably the best way to play defense this year. So I want to see first, when any defense I see, can he stop the run, right? Because you never want to, limit yourself to passing the ball if they can't even stop the run. And the first two plays of the game, it looks like he's kind of weak against the run. Now, I see he shifts his line, and when I see that he shifts the line, I already know, like, okay, that's going to be good run defense because that allows for a gap shoot. So I audible to the PA shot seams. Now, he had been in cover 2 early in the game, so I kept the seam wheel combo on the right side of the screen, and I was able to get behind the cloud flat for a big play. So that's going to be in the end of the first quarter, and at this point, like, I'm kind of just still feeling this guy out. I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do, how he's going to look to attack my defense, how he's going to try to defend my offense. And so far, he's showing 3-3 cub, right? Now that I'm in the red zone again, he's shifting his line. Normally when I'm in the red zone right here against a look like this, I'm looking to make basically the user, make a choice here. So he takes away the slant, and also I was basically trying to flood the right sideline with the quick corner and the flat. Now the defense he actually played a Mabel concept, which allowed him to take away the corner on the deeper sideline, and then also the flat, so that allowed his user to stay over the middle of the field. So knowing that, the sideline is probably not going to be a good way to attack him. Now I'm going to look to attack the middle of the field with a slant post combo. So the trips is a really, really good formation to do this. I can hit the flats, both sides of the slot and the running back, and have a slant post over the middle right there. He had actually manned the slot receiver, the inside receiver, I should say, up on the slant, it looked like. So I had to throw the post route over the top of his head with a high ball for the touchdown. So that first drive was mainly 3-3 cub. Like I said, he's going to run a lot of different defenses on me. So He's coming right back out and tight. Now, the first drive was pretty easy for him. I had some success, but overall, I feel like he did a good job. And the biggest mistake I made that drive was shading my coverage underneath, which allowed him to... Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. Hit the big play. You guys see he really does like PA shot seams, which is nothing new. But when he gets locked up, he likes to audible to bunch. Now you guys can see here, what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and man the tight end up as well as the slot. I didn't expect the running back out of the backfield there, though. And he was able to hit me with... that's frustrating because I have Acrobat on that corner. I was hoping he at least would make the tackle. If not, maybe break up the pass. But, he's able to juke me out and get a huge gain right there. So now I know that when I see him in... he just got so lucky. When I see him in bunch, I'm going to basically man up the running back with either the slot corner or the outside corner as I did there, and then man up the outside bunch receiver with the safety. Now, after I just did that, I'm not thinking he's going to try that again because I just should have picked him off. And that's time he puts the running back out of the backfield on a Texas route. Now, the previous play, like I said, he tried to chuck the wheel route in the flat again. I should have pick sixed him. I just didn't get an animation. That was really, really fortunate for him. He got super lucky there. But again, and I'm going to go back to this on third down to see if he tries it again. And he does. He actually does. And I had the running back manned up as well as the outside receiver. But I did the scissor concept where I put the safety on the receiver, the outside corner, and the running back. Now, he kind of panicked at the last second there because the pressure was coming in, chucked it over the middle, and I was guarding that with my user, and I was able to pick him off. So that was perfect defense right there. Like I said, I kind of got cheated a few plays ago. I could have had a pick six, but, I was able to at least get the stop right before half, which is big because I'm going to get ball at half too. So that really, really was an important play right there. So he's now in dollar, right? He didn't have success with 3-3 Cup, so now he's switching to dollar. And what I'm thinking here is I just basically want to take this last possession and get points. Ideally a touchdown, but I just don't want to let him get the ball back because, you guys can see, this is a high caliber player. You don't match up with players that know what they're doing like this too much, right? So I know I need to, a lot of times I'm not even worried about the clock because I'm just playing someone who I'm way better than. This guy is at least closer in skill to me, so I need to make sure I maximize the clock here. Now, obviously, if he gives me a big play, I'm going to take it. And right here, he saw dollar wasn't working. I was pounding him. So now he's in nickel over. And I know in nickel over, I saw he was, the way his defense was aligned. I knew I could have that for a touchdown. I almost didn't want to take the touchdown right there because, again, I wanted to make it the last possession. But when you're playing a good player like this, if you see a look that you can you can get a touchdown, you pretty much have to take it, right? You really do. So I know Saints in that post route against that look is going to be a touchdown if I have time. I kind of baited him with some quicker routes over the middle that his user guarded. And, we took it over the top to get the lead. So he's kind of in a rush situation here. If he gets a field goal, I'm not tripping, but I just don't want to give up a touchdown. He's going for a lot of quick routes over the middle. As you guys can see, I almost picked him again. I just took one half step too far to the inside. This guy's living dangerously. So one thing I'm noticing is when he goes to bunch, he's sending everybody out a lot. The running back is going out almost every play, which is basically forcing him to make super fast reads. So I actually don't mind this. I just need to focus on manning the running back up in bunch so that he does not have that quick pass and then that I can take away the middle of the field. Ideally, I'd be able to do this while still rushing 5 so that even if he does happen to block the running back, I'm still going to get pressure because as long as he has to force a quick read, I feel good. Now, with his bunch on the wide side of the field here, you guys can see I'm putting a deep zone on the wide side with that corner. This is going to prevent any corner routes, and then I'm going to man up the receiver with the blitzing slot corner. He had really nothing there. He took a coverage sack. So at this point, I'm thinking, maybe I can knock him out of field goal range here, so I'm going to get a little bit aggressive here. But worst case, I'm thinking he's going to get a field goal. And that's another pass that could have been picked. That guy was manned up with a pick artist, a good player. That was another really, really bad play by him. He's lucky to get any points on this drive. Now, I want you guys to remember the two plays he got very fortunate on in this half going into next half because it's going to play a role later in the game. Yeah, he's lucky to have 10 points right now. Really, he should honestly have 7. But, it is what it is. You know, breaks are going to go against you when you play the game. You can't let it affect you too much. So, again, I'm kind of just looking at his abilities right here versus mine. And I was almost scared right there. I turned off one of my abilities at halftime by accident. I was just double checking that I didn't. Luckily, I didn't. So, you guys see, he's in dollar. And at the end of the first half, he tried to run dollar a little bit, but he was keeping his D-line spread, so I was just able to pound him. It was easy. Now he's coming back out in dollar, but he's pinching his D-line. So, like, when someone pinches their D-line out of dollar, I'm not going to abuse the run. Like, trap, I already know is not the best play call anymore. So, if I do run the ball, I'm going to look to inside zone. If I don't run the ball, I'm going to pass a lot because I know that when they pinch their D-line, the pressure is not going to come as good. So, like, right there, he actually did a pretty good job. He had good adjustments right there. The only thing is he got two, with his user, he got two caught up. Should I guard the seam? Should I guard the slant? And I was just able to get the slant by him right there. That's the thing with the Saint spot shake is the user is conflicted with the seams and the slant. He actually did a pretty good job because he was pretty close right there, but still was able to fit it in. Caught him run one play, literally one play without his D-line pinched and dollar. That's an automatic trap call. You know what I mean? So, anyways, at this point of the game, I'm pretty comfortable. Like, I'm already basically in field goal range. I'm up, and I'm moving the ball. So, I'm kind of trying to slow the game down, take some time. Because, like I said, when you're playing someone who's a good player, who's close to you at the least, you got to work the clock, right? You got to play the possession game. And I'm thinking here, if I can score, take some time off, then, even if he does score again, I probably will get last possession of the half, right? Now, what's ended up happening there was a really interesting play call by him defensively is he manned up his outside corner on the running back. Now, I hadn't really been abusing the running back out of the backfield this game, so that was a pretty interesting adjustment by him, but, it was great, so I just threw it away. He got me. The next play, 2nd and 10, he does not pinch his D-line. And, again, I don't care if it's 2nd and long, especially in a situation like this, I'm going to run the ball every time because it brings up 3rd. I see with threat detector, he's blitzing everybody, right? So, when I see this, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can go ahead and max protect here, do like 2 posts, which you guys see. I love doing 2 posts with a streak against heavy blitzes, especially when because I'm anticipating man right here. I know that they're both going to get open. So, like, as you guys can see there, the one on the left and the right were both open. His user was on the right. I was throwing the one on the left, and he just happened to get super lucky there. And his guy just kind of like morphed through my line. That normally doesn't happen. He got kind of bailed there, but again, is what it is. You're not always going to get the breaks, so we got to move on from that. 4th down. So like here again, I can see he's not blitzing me, so I'm not worried about the blitz at all. I'm gonna go to bunch and I'm gonna send everybody out. Basically, what I'm gonna look to do here is either hit the corner on the sideline or potentially a route combo over the middle with the ghost, or I'm sorry, not the ghost, but the in trail. Now, guys, I'm just going to keep it 100 right here. I made a horrible read. I don't know what I was doing right there. I had the corner out for a 1st down. For some reason, I threw the trail route. Not sure if I just pressed the wrong button or what happened there. I can't even tell you, but that was just the wrong read. Point blank period. I made a bad play right there, and it cost me. So that's frustrating because now, in a game that I feel like, I had full control over. Now I'm one play from being behind. Now right there, that's the first time he hit me with the verticals quick pass. So we're gonna have to watch that, right? So the next play actually shaded my coverage down, and the only thing is I didn't get the running back manned up in time. I didn't get my last adjustment in. And he caught me right there. He's been actually killing me out of the backfield, the running back this game. Like I said, that's the one thing I need to watch more than anything is make sure the running back is manned up at all times when he's in bunch, because that's like literally, I feel like his favorite play call. So right there, again, he's been going a lot to the same adjustments, manning people up out of this dollar. So I just hit him with a dual corner, the deep corner, short corner combo, and I was able to get the short corner on the sideline. And I'm already pretty much back in field goal range, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. I would like to score quickly here just so that he can't really easily make his last possession of the game, the last drive. I have a touchdown right here, and we just don't get in bounds. Not really sure what happened there. I feel like that was a pretty easy throw and catch. But, we just didn't get the animation we needed. And, we're on 3rd and 7. So, Punts again. Another annoying break. Now you guys can see this guy's smart. He sees I'm in bunch. I've yet to run the ball from bunch, so now he's actually spreading his D line out, not even respecting my run at all. Okay, that's fine. I guess. I wish I had inside zone as audible right now, but we're just gonna have to go with it. And I just throw a quick dot to the trail route, brings up 4th down. So again, I can see because he's not base aligned, like every time he's been up against tight and he's not base aligned, he's been playing man. So I already know man coverage is coming here. I see he's not blitzing me, so I'm just going to throw one of these corners. And right here, this 1-on-1, I know he's probably thinking that he just got cheated. And I'm going to just be honest, I throw 1-on-1 corners like that against man all day long. Obviously, he did get a pass breakup animation. The thing is, I already had caught the ball, so, that's one of those 50-50 dice rolls. Say what you want. I've got cheated about 3 or 4 plays already, so, at the end of the day, if he got unlucky there, so be it. I don't really care. I'm going to just keep it 100. So, the good thing about that drive is I scored fast enough to where I have 2-minute warning, 3 timeouts. There's basically 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Like, this should not be the last possession of the game either way. I've basically been able to move the ball on him at will. He's put me in, like, one tough situation the whole game. Other than that, I feel like I've moved the ball easier than him. So, if he does score here, we'll be able to get the ball back. We've shown we can move the ball against Dollar, 3-3 Cub, which he's completely abandoned, and then also nickel over. So my thing here is I'm going to play aggressive because, like, if he does score, I don't want him to score, like, take the whole time off the clock. All those throws to the flats or whatever at this point, I'm going to have to start really keying in on because I feel like that's been his biggest offense all game long. So I'm going to go back to what I was doing right here against his bunch and make sure the running back is always accounted for because anytime I don't, he's just killing me with it. The problem with that is when you start worrying too much about the running back, then you can start getting killed by the C routes and the corner routes. So that's why it's just such a hard offense to stop. He really hasn't run the ball on me all game, which actually has allowed me to keep my defensive line spread out. Now you guys can see he's probably getting into clock mode himself, and I see that. So I'm going to start pinching my D-line, crashing them down so that he cannot simply run the ball on me. And that was a hot one. I thought I got underneath the ball enough. And let me tell you guys, I'd went away from Julius Peppers just because there's, like, newer players. But, like, you can get him up to, like, what, at the moment? Like 97-ish speed, depending upon your strategies and your team. I mean, 6'7" and 97 speed, it's hard to get away from, man. Those animations he gets are still, to me, second to none. Here, we're in the red zone. So, like, now I'm like, okay, I'm changing my strategy. I'm going to nickel over to prevent the run, and I'm going to come out in man, but then I'm going to zone out these blitzers at about 10-ish yards so that he really does not have anything he can go to, rely upon to the sidelines. Then I can watch the middle myself. I can shade also my coverage underneath now, because, he's deep in the red zone. I don't think I'll get beat over the top if I'm in man. So he audibles to bunch. You guys can see what I'm doing here. I actually switched up to match because I had played man last play. And nothing's open. And he just threw the ball. He just threw the ball. I mean, he's gotten a way of just throwing the ball a few times this game, honestly. So I guess he figured he could do it again. And I finally was able to have one of my defenders make a play on the ball. So that was big. I mean, the red zone area gets tight. He tried to force one. It just didn't work. So, okay. Here, he's not pinching his line. And I'm like, okay, he does last second. So I was like, okay, we're still going to run the ball, honestly, because I want to take timeouts. And I'm like, I clicked on my lineman. Hopefully he didn't see that because that gives away I ran the ball. But thankfully he didn't see it. But the thing here is, like, you don't, in these situations, like, he has 3 timeouts. You don't want to get a first down the first play of the game, or the first play of the drive, because then you have to essentially just start back over and get another first down, right, to end the game. So, like, in these situations, honestly, I always like running the ball first, maybe in second down, to make sure I get myself to, like, a third down, so that literally, like, pretty much one first down will in the game. That's the way I look at it. A lot of people, I feel like, get too aggressive, and they basically make themselves have to get potentially 2 first downs instead of just 1. But, like, the thing about it is, you have to be comfortable putting yourself on 3rd and 4th downs to do that. And the pressure does, if you're not used to the pressure of a big play like that, it can get to you. So I can see why some people would rather just play more aggressive. Me, I'm going to try to, make this a situation where, I run the ball and then, I'll go to the pass game after that. So he screamed in at me, rushing 3-4. I mean, my O-line just didn't block his D end, milkman, whatever. He's going to take his time out. So this puts me on a 3rd and 14. Again, with threat detector, I can see if he's blitzing or not. Now, what he's been doing to me a lot this game out of dollar is he's doing a lot of cross man, right? He's kind of doing the same thing as me where he's manning up the sub linebackers and then the safeties. So I know that the one route I have that will get open no matter what, man coverage, cross man, or whatever, is that Saints in post route. So I'm going to go to that right here, and I'm going to give him some routes over the middle to look at, block my running back out either the corner on the left since I see he's blitzing, and I'm going to make him have to guard either the corner or the slant himself. So hopefully I can just throw the post back over the middle just like I do there. So you guys can see I kind of guessed right. I figured he would cross man, and he actually cross man Neal, the sub linebacker on the left of the screen, on Johnson. But again, as I said, that route gets open whether you cross man or not. So I was able to get the completion and more or less in the game. He's going to tap out in a second right here. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. This was an absolute battle. I hope you guys learned a lot from this game. Like I said, this was definitely a high-level opponent. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.